Race number 6 does kickstart the first leg of the second double trio, where there is a little jackpot going forward to this Class 3 1,000 metres down the straight, with Metro Warrior back in grade here, Zach Purton and David Hayes. Ping Hai Bravo has been out of sorts. Flying Season is first up. Joyful Win also first up. Super King having start number 2 here in Hong Kong, and the cheek pieces go on. Smoky Bear won a recent trial down the straight at Sha Tin, and further down you've got Summit Cheers for David Hall, and Agus Chung who's drawn the outside rail. Adios there. Flying Dragon ran a decent race first up for 4th at Happy Valley behind Valiant Elegance. Super Axiom, he's second up. He's got a terrible second up record too. And Carrying Spirit just got over Amazing Rocky last time out. Harry Bentley and Danny Shum stepping up in grade. Super Axiom here, Nick, he likes to tear along, and I don't see any different to the plan here.
No, we'll get a good pace with him too, won't we? Super Axiom, he's only got the one way of going. The Metro Warrior up at the top, who's downgraded, he can usually be quite a quick horse out of the starting stall, so he might well be able to jump on terms with Super Axiom. Whether or not he takes him on for the lead, though, is another matter. Summit Cheers and Smoky Bear should all be prominent, and Adios as well, Paul. I mean, on little evidence we've seen from him, he's shown some good speed. Yeah,
he's another one. Joyful Win's another one that's led in the past, and Carrying Spirit's already had a run this season as well. So as you say, the pace should be there, but Super Axiom should be able to get across.
Speaking of Carrying Spirit, he is lining up back up in grade again after that win over Amazing Rocky down the straight at Sha Tin a couple of weekends ago. His jockey is Harry Bentley, and he spoke to Nick on Friday morning.
Harry, Carrying Spirit is a horse that you managed to get your first win of the season on recently at Sha Tin. Back to the well he will go on Sunday. Talk us through that win last time, because he did all his best work late.
He did. He really hit the line nicely. Came from not an ideal draw in 3. Obviously had to track across in doing so, but we're drawn better on Sunday, which is only going to help. You know, he's a horse that probably just wants to follow the speed ideally, but he's very straightforward, and hopefully the step up in grade isn't going to be too much of an issue. He's carrying a lighter weight, which is going to give him a better chance of getting involved.
I know it's always advantageous to be against that stand side rail, but when obviously the barrier draws come out for these types of races, is that where sort of most riders, yourself obviously, want to be?
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly if you're going forward, then I think being along the stand side rail is definitely preferable. Dropping in, you've obviously got to think about getting an exit and getting a clear run, so that always has to be something you think about. But I think it means that you have to cover less ground in tracking across.
He hasn't been with Danny all that long, this horse. He didn't get many opportunities last season to run here at Sha Tin, but his record, he's putting together a pretty nice record over the 1,000 metres.
That's it. He's had 3 runs here at Sha Tin over the 1,000 metres. He's won twice and not finished far away on the other time. So clearly track and distance really suits him. So I'm happy to see him back over this course and distance.
And just, Harry, as an overall assessment of the race, I mean, I know he's up in grade, you've mentioned, can he take that step forward, do you think?
I think he can. He's a horse that still feels like he's got a bit of room for progress. As I mentioned before, he's only carrying 117, so a light weight on his back's going to help, and we'll see if he's up to the task. And
always great, I suppose, for a rider to get the support of someone like Danny Shum. You and he are putting together, a nice little relationship now. You've ridden quite a few of his runners this season.
That's right. Danny is a powerful stable here in Hong Kong, and it's great to be connected with him, and obviously very grateful for his support so far, and hopefully I can make them count.
He's currently at 10-1 in the market, is Carrying Spirit for Harry Bentley. We'll move on from him and highlight the next of the runners, and it's Super Axiom, Flying Dragon, Lucky Quality. I've never been a real fan of the horse Paul Super Axiom, but even with his second up record makes me less of a fan. Yeah, this is the thing with this horse, isn't it? You know what you're going to get. You just got to close your eyes for that last 50 metres, because you know he's going to probably be in front with 100 to go. I thought the third wasn't too bad here. Valiant Elegance just faded late, didn't he? I've got him in on at the back end. Yeah, I was finding it hard to get too enthused about the 3 of them, to be honest, in this race. Yeah, Flying Dragon there for Dennis Yip. We've got a couple more to highlight. Summit Cheers here, Nick. Good recent barrier trial. He's got the outside rail, so that's going to be advantageous for him, and Angus Chung with the £10 off. Yeah, and he's a really nice horse. We haven't seen a great deal of him. He's only had the 5 runs for a couple of wins, and obviously this trial has certainly looked good leading up to this race.
draw is obviously in the right place, Paul, and £10 off can't be a bad thing.
No, I quite like him in this. So from barrier 14, he did have a right for humerus stress injury, and that's why we only saw him once last season. They've obviously got him quite well because he ran really nicely in that trial. He likes the straight 1000. A couple of times he's won down it. He's a speedy horse with a claim, so I think there's some positives there.
One horse that caught my eye at the trials was this horse here, Adios, son of Snitzel, Paul, only having his fourth run. He's first up for the season. He looked to be held together quite nicely here in this trial behind Youthful Deal.
Yeah, it was a nice trial from him. There's no doubt. I've definitely included him because I think he's acclimatised, only had the 3 starts, did run a nice third last time from a wide draw. So down the straight 1000 fresh up looks good.
Yeah, he's drawn gate number 6 as well, so it gives Matthew Chadwick options going forward. And he's got a visor on the second time, went well in that headgear last start, Tom, and I think he's the type of horse that will be suited to the straight.
Yeah, so do I. Adios there, and he's in the market at 4.9 at the moment. He's the early favourite in bidding, but they'll fly down the straight. Paul, after Super Axiom, did he make it in or did you leave him out?
I left him in the end because I know he's going to be in front. It's just that last 50 metres with him, but just at the back end. I thought Summit Shares can win this race with the Apprentice Claim, with a really good draw, and the horse who's got lots of talent, had that injury. He looks like he's come on the other side of it. So he's on top of the 9. Adios, I think, is improved from last season. Only had the 3 starts. Super Axiom, we just talked about him, with the lightest weight. Catch Me If You Can. Also, Carrying Spirit, he's in there for 4th as well. I think he's capable of running back-to-back. 9, 10, 13 and 14.
Yeah, I've gone the 10 here, Adios. Really nice horse, I think. I think he's going to have a good season as well. And not forgetting that on his run, when we last saw him, he was beaten by a good one by the name of Lucky 8. So I think the form's all there, and he should certainly go very well here. Carrying Spirit I like in the race. He is up in grade, so it does make it tougher, but he's well drawn, i.e. up against the stands rail almost. So we'll put him in for second. Metro Warrior is a horse who's got plenty of course and distance form. He's the other end of the handicap mind, but he can be very quick away on occasions, and I'm sure he'll put himself in the race. And Flying Season, horse 3, a couple of disappointing runs when we last saw him at the end of last season, but he was found to be lame after a barrier trial in early July, and hopefully he's over all that, and he's a nice horse as well. 10, 14, 1 and 3.
And to look at race number 6, and with a fairly open market again, a favourite at 4.9 suggests it's all to play for in race number 6.